Let's talk about the Veveverse and the metaverse at large. More specifically, I want to talk about augmented reality versus virtual reality. I've heard a lot of people talk about what they think the Veveverse and the metaverse will look like when it integrates into our life. Today, I wanted to share my viewpoint on what I think that future will look like. So before we begin, what is VR and what is AR? So virtual reality is a fully immersive experience that brings you into your own world. This is usually achieved by a headset like the Oculus from a company like Meta, formerly Facebook. This is aimed at fully immersing you into a brand new world. It allows you to create or put yourself in any world that you want. The way that this is achieved is a full headset going over your head, covering your eyes. This display blocks out the real world and then reacts to your movements in real life. This year I ended up purchasing an Oculus myself, and to be honest, it's been a lot of fun. I don't think I would have picked one up if it wasn't for Veve or the movie Ready Player One. I highly recommend checking out that movie if you guys are interested in what the metaverse could look like. Now, when it comes to AR, augmented reality, I think of movies like Minority Report or Iron Man. This is aimed at bringing the digital world into the real world. It mixes the two realities together. The way that this is most commonly achieved at the moment is through your smartphone camera. A good example of this is Snapchat, when you put on a filter to overlay over your face, something that isn't really there, but then shows up on camera. These are two new verticals that continue to get better and better every day with the emerging technology that we get. Although these two have not yet been adopted by mainstream, it is slowly being adopted by people in the NFT and metaverse space. Now, with the general public, we have seen a small mass adoption of this technology through AR. We saw this when Pokemon Go took off. It utilized your smartphone's camera to project the Pokemon in different environments. It showcased it as if the Pokemon was standing next to you. We saw plenty of photos and videos shared on social media. Similarly to Veve, you're able to display your collectibles in a digital showroom, but you're also able to overlay it in AR in real life and take pictures with it. For example, people going to Disneyland and taking pictures with the Walt Disney statue on the app with the real life statue, or people taking pictures of R2-D2 with the real R2-D2 at Disneyland. So it really opens up the door to all these possibilities. Now, before I get into the future of what I think the Veveverse/metaverse will look like, let's talk about the pros and cons of both. So when it comes to virtual reality, a pro is that you're able to stay in one location and enjoy a ton of different experiences. This allows someone that has limited space and resources to be able to put themselves in amazing and cool environments. When you look at Meta's vision of the metaverse, it relies heavily on their VR headset. I really do believe that Meta sees it as a Ready Player One world. A world where people live in less square footage due to the rising price of housing. Now, with a couple of cons, I've had a couple months to play with the Oculus Quest 2, and although a lot of the experiences are a lot of fun for me, I do find that if I do a certain experience where I stand still and then I move inside of the headset, I get a little bit of motion sickness. I experienced this when I did the VR chat demo and I walked through the tutorial. I found myself wanting to throw up after just a couple of minutes of playing. Another con that I can see is you can get very immersed in the experience that you're in. This is potentially harmful to your physical health in the real world. For example, you might forget to eat, you might forget to sleep, you might forget to connect with people in the outside world. You can see this being an even bigger problem. As technology solves the motion sickness problem, people will spend more and more time inside their headsets. So moving on to augmented reality, like I said before, right now we have a very limited sense of what it is through apps like Pokemon Go and Veve being able to showcase an object that's not there through your camera. This is augmented reality as we know it today. Doing a little bit more research and looking at something that's already here, I stumbled upon a pair of glasses called Nreal Air. These glasses look like your average everyday Ray-Ban glasses. They're a little bit thicker and there's something a little bit off about them, but they're very, very tiny compared to the headsets that you wear for VR. But the crazy thing about these AR glasses is that it enables you to project a 200-inch screen in front of your eyes anywhere you go. The technology itself is pretty amazing, as no one else would see the screen except for you, and you wouldn't need to lift your phone up in order to see that screen. It's already sitting in front of your eyes through these glasses. As technology gets better and these glasses become cheaper, I see this as a very easy mass adoption. I see augmented reality glasses as a very easy product to integrate into everyday life. Unlike the headset, you just throw on these light glasses in front of your eyes and you're able to experience this whole digital world in the world that you already live in uninterrupted. I think that's the key for mass adoption, is something that is seamless and easy, that doesn't take away from their everyday life and doesn't cause someone to stray from their everyday schedule. Some cool examples with these glasses is that you could project a digital piece of clothing or a digital collectible into the real world, and your friends who all own these glasses would be able to see you wearing it or see your digital collectible standing next to you. Just imagine how awesome Pokemon Go would be if everyone had these glasses and you could walk with your partner Pokemon standing next to you, or meeting up with a friend and having a Pokemon battle with people in the audience watching the exact same thing if they own these glasses. Another really cool thing is when we saw the Veveverse demo, we saw people show off their digital space. We saw this digital space inside the Veveverse. You can also take these digital collectibles into the real world and display them on your shelf, on your roof, on your wall, and people with these augmented reality glasses, and you wouldn't have to hold up your phone to show them all these collectibles. They would already be wearing the glasses and they could see all the things that are displayed in your home in the way that you set them up to be. In terms of practicality, I see augmented reality glasses being being very useful in the workspace as well. For example, if you had a plumber or a mechanic who didn't know certain blueprints, they could overlay that on top of a car or pipes in order to fix the problem without having any doubt that they're pulling out the wrong parts. And for the everyday person, you could be walking down the street with these AR glasses and you could see a Yelp review pop up from that restaurant without having to pull out your phone because it would just be in your peripheral vision. Now, with all the positives out of the way, let's move into what I think the cons are with augmented reality glasses. Like VR, we don't know the long-term effects of having a screen that close to our eye for an extended period of time. And if these glasses replace your smartphone, that could mean some trouble if we're spending the same duration in these glasses as we do on our smartphone. With AR, it also runs the risk of people injuring themselves. For example, if someone walks off a curb, but they think that it's flat due to the projection in AR, someone could seriously injure themselves, or someone could walk into an object that they think is virtual, but in reality, it's a physical object and seriously hurt themselves. Now, with everything in mind when it comes to these two verticals, how do I view it when it comes to the Veveverse and the metaverse? During the decon demo of the Veveverse, we saw a very Grand Theft Auto style mechanic. They utilize a traditional controller and a keyboard. I do think that some people will still experience the metaverse and Veveverse in this way. There was also a lineup of people waiting to try this experience out inside the Oculus headset. I think that the Veveverse and the metaverse will be experienced in every single vertical possible. I do believe that phones, computers, AR, and VR will all be ways for people to connect inside of Web3, the Veveverse, and the metaverse as a whole. I believe that the phones that we use today, although awesome, are only the beginning stepping stones of what we're going to experience inside the Veveverse and the metaverse. I believe that as the Veveverse and the metaverse grows into mainstream adoption, we're going to be able to connect in more ways with more of our senses. The thing that I'm most excited about is the advancement of augmented reality. With companies like Apple for the past 10 years pushing the envelope when it comes to augmented reality, I think it's only a matter of time before they push out their own pair of augmented mixed reality glasses. I believe that AR glasses will catch on first before VR headsets. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As you can see, I got my blue Todd right there in the back on my screen. I was lucky enough to get this as a promo code because I hold the entire first season of the Batman Black and White set, and I'm really excited to display this blue Todd in mixed reality when these glasses become available. So down in the comment section below, let me know what you think the Veveverse and the metaverse will look like, and how do you think it'll impact the world? And what are you looking forward to the most? Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.